All right, welcome back to the Wheeler Center, Belmont Abbey and Gannon, and we begin with the compulsory event. Gannon sending Ali Price, the junior, on the top of the pyramid. And you see the structure and balance that is necessary. Again, the compulsory will feature acro, pyramid, toss, and tumbling. Belmont Abbey 2-2 in the season. Gannon 3-0. And the twirl and the finish right on time. Now it's Belmont Abbey's turn here in the acro portion of the compulsory. Crusaders really performed well historically in the pyramid as well as in the toss. But first up, they'll be in the acro. Bella Schrout, Gracie Grady, Blythe Terrell, Arena Chaplis will be up top. And on the bottom, Lauren Pipes, Madeline Martin, Kristen Ferry, the senior, junior Gabby Cox, and another senior, Captain Sydney Singh. Going flying on the right, you see 12, Lauren Pipes. Watch out for her. The top from Leicester, North Carolina. Amazing the type of stature and upper body strength that is needed to participate in this sport. Not often getting the credit it deserves, but a growing sport here in the NCATA. The Crusaders have had an acrobatics and tumbling team for a little over 4 years. Came about at the same time as the rugby program here at the Abbey. And Belmont Abbey completes the acro portion here in the compulsory. Judges will now tally up the scores. And as they do that, we get ready for the pyramid. We'll take a 3-minute break here, and we'll come back and see what the judges have. Belmont Abbey and Gannon on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All right, so they are rushing along here for the pyramid in the compulsory. It's the first event of tonight's action. Gannon in the period, you see on the left it's Kathleen Rodriguez, and on the right is Marissa Burge for the Golden Knights. Now it is Belmont Abbey's turn to see what they can do in the pyramid. Coach Emily Powers crouched down next to the judges' table to get a bird's eye view. See this program she's built into a top 10 program in the nation. Belmont Abbey with a win over Mars Hill on February the 10th to open the season. They had a loss to Coker 6 days later. They defeated Francis Marion, and then a loss this past Saturday here in their home opener to Limestone. There's the pyramid for the Crusaders. On the left, on the base there, Madeline Martin. Lauren Pipes, your senior, really integral part of this acrobatics and tumbling team. All right, so we've completed the first two events in the compulsory. We have the toss and the tumbling next in the compulsory. So really, again, a reminder that compulsory really features and exhibits all the skills necessary in acrobatics and tumbling. And then you see kind of the whole night in miniature, as the next few events after that are skills drawn from this first compulsory. After this, it's acro, the pyramid, heat 1, 2, and 3, the toss, the tumble, and then the team event to round out the evening. Our SID, Tony Venegas, at the judges' table there down to our right. He is the one that will receive the results tallied up by the judges. Again, this acro and tumbling program, really the brainchild and the beginning to Emily Powers, her assistant Ansley Dempsey, and one of the most important parts, but unrecognized parts of your team, is your athletic trainer, and that's Lazaro Garcia. Let's move on to the toss with Gannon the first to perform. Hope you're having a great leap day here. February the 29th only comes along every 4 years. That toss executed with precision for the Golden Knights, number 4 in the national rankings in the NCATA. And Belmont Abbey out next for the toss. Madeline Martin, Maddie Quinlan, Mackenzie Linegar, Bree Camp, Victoria Bonham. And on the bottom, it's Bella Schrout, Emily Woosty, Blythe Terrell, Trinity Martinez, Christian Ferry, and Arena Chaplis. Lots of juniors and seniors that have helped build this program. Arena Chaplis, the captain, you see her in the middle between the two. She is the one directing traffic and barking out the orders. Bella Schrout, sophomore, coming down. Nice catch. And we come to the final event here now in the compulsory. The tumbling after the judges tally up their scores. What a challenge it will be for the Abbey tonight. Looking for strength, skill, speed, and most importantly, precision. This Gannon team, they were an NCATA postseason tournament quarterfinalist a year ago. They just defeated number 6 Frostburg State And after this, they'll play Azusa Pacific, number 5 in the national rankings, and then Fairmont State. Gannon won 4 of the 6 against Frostburg State. And Frostburg, not an easy team to beat, especially in the Pyramid. They won an event national championship in the Pyramid last year. But watch tonight. We just saw Gannon in the toss. That is their biggest strength. Gannon won national titles in the open toss and synchronized toss in 2023. You're tumbling in the middle there, Kathleen Rodriguez. Oh, Gannon's so good, and they really got their event down pat. So they've completed the tumbling. Belmont Abbey next, with A.J. Bonham, the freshman, Rena Chapless, Victoria Bonham, her sister and a senior, Maddie Quinlan, Gabby Cox, Lauren Phillips, Trinity Martinez, and finally senior Deanna Woolard. What a chance for the Crusaders tonight to upset number 4 Gannon. Again, we said they were a quarterfinalist last year in the synchronized toss. Thanks again for tuning in here this Thursday night. Belmont Abbey Acrobatics and Tumbling on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. You can watch the Crusaders all year long in every sport on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network on your television, computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. All right, final event here in the compulsory. Event number 1. And Belmont Abbey, a strong answer. See how the judges view that as we've completed the compulsory event here tonight. Number 10, Belmont Abbey, and number 4, Gannon. All right, and with that, we'll take a break here and come back and see the scores on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All right, welcome back. We've moved on to the acro event, and first Gannon. This marks the beginning of the optional portion. Each team will compete with skills previously chosen. There will be between 2 and 4 athletes on the floor. Heat 1 has 5 elements, Heat 2 has 6, and Heat 3 has 7 elements. Start value for Gannon here in the acro is a start value of 30. Power, strength, and balance there for Gannon. All right, here's Belmont Abbey in the acro portion. We'll show you the scores from the compulsory in a moment. Bella Schrout flipping, twisting, and landing. Now it's Valentina Ordonez, rising sophomore, stretching out. And straight up in the air. Check out the verticality of Ordonez. This is the 5-element Heat 1. All right, let's show you the full screen scores from the first event. It's Belmont Abbey trailing Gannon 37.05. Belmont Abbey 35.45. See the scores for the acro, the pyramid. And the toss. We'll go to the 6-element synchronized. That's Heat 2. Gannon has a start value here of 10, each one worth 10 for them. Belmont Abbey has a start value of 9.9. And each of these two teams really know strengths and weaknesses, where to begin. Belmont Abbey knows theirs is in the pyramid, and Gannon knowing that theirs is in the open toss. Here comes Gannon, start value of 10 in the synchronized element. You'll see Charisma Felix, the junior, Alexis Tosado, the senior, and Lena Bergeron, the sophomore. Watching for the synchronization here, the timing. Golden Knights, everything aligning for them. And now the verticality again, the handstand on the shoulders. So it's Belmont Abbey's turn in the elemental synchronized with Bella Schrout, Lauren Pipes, Emily Woosty, Sydney Singh, and then Maddie Quinlan on the other side. Gracie Grady, Mackenzie Liniger, Gabby Cox, and Karis Luttrell. All right, Belmont Abbey here in the second heat. 9.9. Isabella Shrout there on your left from Morgantown, West Virginia, sophomore. And on your right, Madison Quinlan, the tumbler from Covington, Louisiana. Again, looking for precision, the timing, the alignment. Synchronization, the name of the game. Well done by the Crusaders. See what the judges think there with one more heat left here in the acro. This acro in particular, that synchronization, one that Emily Powers had talked about being really key to their success really all season long. But Belmont Abbey's been at their best in the tumbling and in the pyramid, really. You think about years past. Those have been the top notch for the Crusaders. We're about ready for Gannon to compete in the final heat here in acro. It's the 7 element. That refers to the number of competitors here in each event.
Heat 3 of this event will be the 7 elements. Up first with a start value of 10 is Gannon University.
Gannon will start with a start value of 10. Ali Price, Brianna Are, Ty Upton. The senior Ali Price. And she has been all over here in the 7 element. Had her standing on shoulders, upside down, and now the full rotation. Belmont Abbey's turn to finish off the third heat here in acro. You'll see for the Crusaders, Arena Chapels, Madeline Martin, Kylie Brophy, Madeline Martin and Kristen Ferry, Bree Camp, and Blythe Terrell. Really key for the Crusaders here to nail this final third heat. Then we go into the pyramid, and I think that's one where they can really gain a sizable advantage here over Gannon. The pyramid and the tumble have been the keys for the Crusaders. Starting value here for the Crusaders is 10 in this third heat. Climbing, Chapels. And look at the combination, the duo straight up into the air. Coming back down. Crusaders aiming for perfection here in this third heat. Wow. And the senior Chapels, the linchpin to that event. And we finish the acro here, all 3 heats. Now time for the judges to tally up the scores. We'll send you to a commercial break and our sponsors. We'll be back in a few minutes and find out the scores after we finished the Acro event on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All right, welcome back to the Wheeler Center. We go to the Pyramid. Third event of the night. Here's Heat 2. And many competitors out there for Gannon in the Pyramid. Into the air, Ali Price. She is their primary top. All right, let's take a look at those scores from the Acro element. And Belmont Abbey trailing again. Gannon with the win, 66.30. Gannon won the first element and then scored a 9-8 in the 7 elements there in the Acro event. I'll let you peruse that a few more minutes here.
Up next with a start value of 10 is Belmont Abbey.
All right. Belmont Abbey starting with a start value of 10 here in this first heat. Pipes, Terrell, Ferry, Phillips, Liniger, and Chapels, along with Madeline Martin out there. There is Chapels. Get the bending on the bottom here of the pyramid. So the Crusaders complete Heat 2 here in the pyramid. Third event of the night. One more to go for them. Very unique structure there. I hope the judges take note of that. Especially with the Crusader there on the bottom with that bending and twisting there, providing the bridge that made it all possible for Arena Chapels. Again, the running total after the compulsory and the acro, it's Gannon 66.3, Belmont Abbey 62.55. After tonight, an NCATA competition so difficult, and Belmont Abbey with spring break next week, they're off until March the 15th. On that Friday, they'll go to Wingate and then face Emmanuel in a dual meet the same night. So they got their work cut out for them. Event number 2 in the pyramid for Gannon. Brianna Are, left side, notable. Belmont Abbey's turn coming up next. Crusaders, we talk about individuals for this acrobatics and tumbling team. Madeline Martin, Lauren Pipes, Emily Weisty, Blythe Terrell, Bree Camp, Arena Chapels, who you've seen be prominent tonight. Kylie Brophy, some of the leaders of this acrobatics and tumbling team as they race out for the second event of the pyramid portion. Chapels on your left, and on your right, up into the air, Lauren Pipes. Crusaders have locked down the pyramid event. It has been their event to own, and they look to be right in it. Special performance again. So we finished the two first pyramid events. We go on to the third and final event here with Gannon up.
It is now time for Pyramid Heat 3, the Open Pyramid. Up first with a starting value of 10 is Gannon University.
This is the open heats. Officials looking for position of the top and the stability of the structure. And you see Gannon mimicking what Belmont Abbey did earlier with that bridge on the bottom and kind of a trifold structure. Into the tumble. So open meaning teams have a little more leeway, more ad-libbing in creation here in the third pyramid. And once we finish this third event here in the pyramid, we have reached halftime. And we want to remind you that coming up at half, I'll have analysis of the first half and a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. And you'll hear words from our sponsors as well. But Belmont Abbey's turn here to finish out the half. Coming up this weekend on the BASN, softball tomorrow. As of now, it is postponed. And that is unfortunate. Belmont Abbey welcoming in a non-conference opponent. They were to play St. Anselm tomorrow, doubleheader starting at 1. And it will be no more. But we will have softball on Saturday at noon. Belmont Abbey with a doubleheader against Fayetteville State. And then women's lacrosse, 3 p.m. start there on the face-off with Young Harris. I'll be on the call for both of those on Saturday. Tell you more about that in our upcoming broadcast schedule. Here's Belmont Abbey in the pyramid. Lauren Pipes dismounting and finishing. And so a little more delay here to get the final tally from the pyramid event and the overall score.
We will now take a break for halftime. Join us back here in the arena with 3 minutes remaining on the halftime clock for pyramid event scores.
All right, halftime, and that's our cue. We'll take this first break into the halftime show as Belmont Abbey and Gannon in a tight one here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All right, welcome back here to the Wheeler Center. We are at the half. Belmont Abbey and Gannon. Here's a look at the scores from the Pyramid event. It was Gannon winning their inversion 9.7 to 9.4. Synchronized, another nail-biter, but it was Gannon that came out on top, 9.65 to 9.55. The open event, Gannon really pulled ahead there, 9.85 to 9.35 for the Abbey. The Pyramid total, Gannon 29.2, Belmont Abbey 28.30. Halftime score, Gannon here with a sizable lead. 5 points is a sizable lead for sure. 95.5 to Belmont Abbey 90.85. That's your halftime score. We'll come back after a break here, and I'll tell you about the upcoming broadcast schedule on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Welcome back. Start of the second half here. Gannon and Belmont Abbey. Here's a quick look at the Pyramid scores. Again, the running totals in the 90s now. As we start second half action, this is the toss. You'll see 4 athletes toss a teammate into the air. The top will execute a flip or twist. 3 heats here in the toss. There's a synchronized, and they'll also be looking for a salto and an open as Gannon completes the first heat here in the toss. Belmont Abbey up next. Crusaders will feature in the toss Maddie Quinlan, a junior, Mackenzie Linegar, Bree Camp, senior, and on 2 seniors as well to round it out, Victoria Bonham and Madeline Martin. And then the captain, sophomore Gracie Grady. These groups should look alike and be in sync. Start value for Belmont Abbey in the toss, 9.4. Officials will be looking for height, body position, and tight catches here by the bases. Maddie Quinlan, a nice finish. Right now, again at the half, it's Gannon 95.5, Belmont Abbey 90.85 as the Crusaders just completed Heat 1 in the toss. Thanks for returning with us here in the second half. And as their strength indicates, Gannon really leapt ahead with the toss, the compulsory, and in the acro. Belmont Abbey caught up a bit in the pyramid. Let's take a look at those scores, those pyramid scores one more time. Yeah, as you see, there's your halftime totals. Thanks to our producer, Antonio Sanchez de Mavellan. Great job here. His first acro event. And he's done a great job here. A lot of moving parts to acro as we wait on these scores from the judges. We'll move on to Heat 2. Gannon first in the synchronized. Again, the competitors should look exactly alike and be in sync. That's what the judges are looking for. Gannon has a start value of 10. Captain is Courtney Selensky, the senior there in the middle. 2 tosses on either side of the base. One went flying on the left for the Golden Knights. Belmont Abbey to answer here in the synchronized. They'll have a start value here in heat number 2 of 9.3. And this is an area that Emily Powers would like to have seen improve. One area the Crusaders are constantly looking to improve in is this, the synchronization.
Up next with a start value of 9.3 is Belmont Abbey.
Crusaders ranked number 10 in the country. Gannon number 4. Gracie Grady, sophomore, their captain in the middle. One more heat to go here in the toss. Final one is an open toss. Gannon will have a start value here in the open toss of 10 on the nose, 10.0, with Allie Price, Ashley Falgren, Peyton Oliver, Lily Fritz, Kathleen Rodriguez, and Courtney Solensky. Again, for all your stories from tonight's action and every event on campus, recaps, highlights, live stats, and more, our great sports information staff, and it's all on abbeyathletics.com. You can also look for live broadcasts and archives on the Fan Zone tab on abbeyathletics.com. And for updates pertaining to sophomore and any weather event this weekend, that's where you'll go, abbeyathletics.com. As of now, softball is, at last check, it is canceled, but Anselm tomorrow. They will play still on Fayetteville State doubleheader starting at noon. I'll have the broadcast of Game 1 on Saturday, and then we'll move over to Alumni Field and carry Molly Kopp's women's lacrosse team. That's a 3 o'clock start. All those events live on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Crusaders here ready to go for Heat 3.
Up next with a start value of 9.3 is Belmont Abbey.
Crusaders will start with 9.3. And finally on the landing, Trinity Martinez. We haven't seen Trinity a lot tonight. Nailed the landing there. We'll see what the judges think.
While we're waiting for the combined results of this event and our heat standings, let's introduce the tumbling event. This event has 6 heats. The first 3 are synchronized through tumbling passes, a duo, trio, and quad.
All right, before we go to number 5 event, that's tumbling. We'll take a commercial break here, let the judges tally up all the scores, and we'll have that for you when we return. Belmont Abbey and Gannon, acrobatics and tumbling action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Welcome back to the Wheeler Center. Voice of the Crusaders, Jeffrey Childs, will show you the results of the toss event in a moment. Gannon leading overall 124.25 to 115.45. And we start into the tumbling. 6 heats. The first are synchronized group tumbling, a duo, trio, and quad tumbling pass. And then there are individuals. The start value of each heat are determined by the difficulty and combination of skills in each pass. Officials will be looking for body position, continuity of skills, and technique in each skills. So Gannon will start here with a total value of 58.6, but they'll start with a start value of 10 in the duo. Yeah, let's take a look at the toss events here. Gannon running away in the salto, 9.6. The synchronized also to Gannon, 9.65. Gannon takes the open, 9.5 to 8.25. They won total 28.75 to 24.6. And again, as we said, total event score, 124.25 for Gannon to 115.45 for the Abbey. The Crusaders here down by nearly 10 full points. They have some ground to make up. And actually, it's Belmont Abbey who starts first in the duo. Gabby Cox, the junior, and Sadie Hunt, the freshman. Excellent performance for Gabby Cox and Sadie Hunt. Belmont Abbey's start value in the duo, 8.85. And I think they outperformed that expectation. Maybe that'll boost it for the Crusaders here. And a night that Gannon has been in control, especially in the acro and the toss. Belmont Abbey still the better of the two in the pyramid, but Gannon maybe outpaced what they expected, and so they took a bit more of a leap after the pyramid. But this is a Gannon program that over the years has won multiple event national titles in the open toss and synchronized toss, most recently last year. Gannon will start here 9.55. Michaela Lanza, Kayala Liss, and Kathleen Rodriguez. Belmont Abbey's turn in the trio. They'll feature Maddie Quinlan, Deanna Woolard, and Arena Chapels. Quinlan, Woolard, and Chapels. Junior and 2 seniors here for the Abbey. Emily Powers, congratulatory hugs, really like that. See if the Crusaders have done enough to impress the judges here. Now we're in the quad with Gannon starting out. Start value of 9.1. You'll see Charisma Felix, number 3, Lauren Rupert, the junior, 37, Peyton Oliver, the sophomore, 12, and Ariana Fitzpatrick, freshman, 43.
The final heat of the synchronized passes will be the quad pass. Up first with a start value of 9.1, Gannon University. Competing for Gannon, number 3, Charisma Felix. Number 37, Lauren Rupert. Number 12, Peyton Oliver. And number 43, Ariana Fitzpatrick.
That finishes up the synchronized portion here in the toss. Or excuse me, in the tumbling, and now we move on to the aerial 6-element and open. Actually, Belmont Abbey, I read that wrong. My mistake. Belmont Abbey will finish up their quad. Then we will move on to the aerial 6-element and the open.
Up next with a start value of 8.5 is Belmont Abbey. Competing for the Crusaders, number 28, Victoria Bonham. Number 18, Bree Camp. Number 19, Lauren Phillips. And number 30, Sarah Brady.
Bonham, Camp, Phillips, and Brady getting it done and doing it with synchronicity. Now we move on to the aerial, the 6-element, and the open.
We will now head into the individual tumbling passes. First will be the aerial pass. Up first with a start value of 10 is Gannon University. Competing for the Golden Knights is number 2, Allie Price.
There's Ali Price, aerial skills. And Belmont Abbey will send out junior Trinity Martinez. Martinez, a junior tumbler from Lutz, Florida, Steinbrenner High School.
Up next, when they start valuing up 8.9 is Belmont Abbey. Competing for the Crusaders is number 38, Trinity Martinez.
Trinity hit every single one of those moves perfectly. We shall wait and see if the judges agree. So Martinez completes. Next up for Gannon in the sixth element, it's Michaela Lanza, fifth-year senior. Grad student from Middletown, New Jersey.
The fifth heat in the tumbling event is the sixth element pass. Up first, when they start valuing up 10 is Gannon University. Competing for the Golden Knights is number 15, Michaela Lanza.
And Lanza set the bar high with that. Sixth element for the Abbey. One of the stars of the meet tonight, it's senior Arena Chapels. Chapels is a top and a tumbler from Independence, Missouri. And one of the bright shining stars here for the Abbey. Really, so far, one of the top individual athletes here in this meet with Gannon, number 4 in the rankings in the NCATA.
Up next, when they start valuing up 9.5 is Belmont Abbey. Competing for the Crusaders is number 26, Arena Chapels.
And, Chapels looks to have hurt herself. We'll take a break here. Be back in 90 seconds on the Belmont Abbey. All right, welcome back. Longer injury timeout there. We're in the final event in the Open. It's For Gannon, Ty Upton, the junior. And Belmont Abbey will feature Maddie Quinlan, the junior. Quinlan's a tumbler from Covington, Louisiana. Christ Episcopal High School alumnus. Really sad to see what happened to Lorena Chapels. She landed on that hand and really was wincing in pain. Came up favoring the hand. Lazaro Garcia, our athletic trainer, to take a look. Quinlan will start with a 9.1 value. So that completes the tumbling event here, and we go on to event 6, the team event. Before we go there, we'll let the judges tally up the scores. Starting values may change to that injury to Arena Chapels. We'll keep you updated. But a timeout here. One more event to go. It's the team event when we return on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Wheelers Center. We're ready for the team event. Before we get there, let's look at the final scores for each team from the toss. Remember, there were 6 heats in the toss, and Gannon took the duo 9.25 to 8.3. The trio, a little bit shorter margin, but still Gannon ahead, 8.35 to 8.0. The quad, Gannon 7.8, Belmont Abbey 7.35. The aerial, far and away to Gannon. They flew through it 9.72 to 8.3. 6 element, 9.27 for Gannon, 7.6 for Belmont Abbey. That was the injury to Chapels, really knocked that score down. And then the open, 9.6 for Gannon, 8.6 for Belmont Abbey. Gannon winning at 54.075. Belmont Abbey 48.225. Final updated scoring, Gannon 178.325 and Belmont Abbey 163.675. And go to the team event. Gannon will take the mat first. Let's see what team routine they have come up with. There's the team performance for the Gannon Knights. And Belmont Abbey now to get their turn to end with some energy here and to end in style. Crusaders have been in the trailing position all night, but they have enough in them to challenge Gannon here with a sizable lead. You'll see everything you just watched in the first 5 events. 24 athletes on the floor performing skills in acro, toss, pyramid, and tumbling. Set to music. Officials are looking at synchronization of skills, stability of the structures, body position, and technique of the tumbling. This is a very fast-paced event, so be sure to keep your eyes on the mats. Belmont Abbey beginning a start value of 101.41. Crusaders ready to go here. 2:45 on the clock. They had a chance to deliver a mock rendition of this team event due to Arena Chapel's injury. Tallying up the Gannon scores. We await those results. Let's take a look again one more time at the previous totals we showed you on the screen. Belmont Abbey and the duo fell to Gannon 9.25 to 8.3. Also the trio to Gannon 8.35. Quad was to Gannon 7.8, and the aerial Gannon running away with it there 9.72. They had a 9.27 in the 6 element to Belmont Abbey 7.6, and then in the open Gannon 9.67, Belmont Abbey 8.67. Right now, pending Belmont Abbey's performance, Gannon leading 178.325 to Belmont Abbey's 163.675. We'll take a quick minute 30 break here. We come back and await the Abbey to begin on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All right, ready to go here. The team event for the Abbey. "24 different competitors. Energetic, flying, aerials, tosses, tumbling, synchronization, everything you've come to expect from Belmont Abbey Acrobatics and Tumbling here tonight. And we'll let the judges tally up the scores. We're back in 4 minutes for the final scores on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Wheeler Center. Jeffrey Childs and our producer, our producer tonight. First time for him. Great job for us tonight, Belmont Abbey and Gannon. And we want to thank him for his hard work. Antonio Sanchez de Mavellan. We're in the Ortho Carolina postgame show. The Crusaders fall to Gannon tonight. Final score, 263.815 to 242.945. Special thanks goes to Blair Primus, Dr. Ray-John Matra, and the staff of Ortho Carolina for their support of BASN. For excellence in orthopedics, there's only one name to remember, Ortho Carolina's. You improve. Let's take a look at that graphic one more time. Final scores from tonight. In the compulsory, Gannon 37.05, Belmont Abbey 35.4. The acro total 29.25 for Gannon, 27.1 for the Abbey. And in the pyramid, 29.2 for Gannon, 28.3 for Belmont Abbey. The toss, also to Gannon, 28.75. Tumbling, Gannon won that going away, 54.07, 48.22. And in the team events, Gannon edged the Abbey 85.49, 79.31. Final scores again tonight. Gannon 263.815, Belmont Abbey 242.985. We'll take a break here, come back and wrap up the postgame show on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.